underway here in Week 15. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here are the Rams set to go to work on offense, and they're led by a man who topped the 50,000-yard mark in passing for his career a season ago. In year 15 now, here's Matthew Stafford.
And he's had such a sensational season to this point, leading the NFL in passing yards. He's been helped out a lot. Outstanding set of receivers, and he's quick to give them credit. But I think even they would tell you that he's the guy that makes this offense go.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And a nice gain of 21 yards. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Off the fake to Akers. Here's Stafford taking a shot for Samuel. And this is incomplete. Well played defensively. Nearly had the interception. But it's 2nd down. Now the first carry for Cam Akers. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. You talk about this Washington defense. It's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And this is one of those something's got to give games. You got the number 1 passing team in the NFL against the number 1 defense against the pass. A lot of times the battle's in the trenches. We know that. We see it all the time. But this game's going to be won on the outside.
And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 29-yard line. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards. So, Charles, a tough task for this defense facing the league's leading passer to this point in the season. Certainly a front-runner in MVP consideration right now. What can they do to slow him down?
Well, there's so many different ways that they can go, and I'll guarantee you that defensive staff went through all of them this week in preparation. But bottom line, they want to avoid giving up the big play. They're going to play what they call top-down defense and make sure no one gets behind them.
They'll run on 1st down with Akers. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. I tell you what, CD, this Washington defense, very strong in the victory last week.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
The kick by Crosby is good, and the Rams have the first points here. It's 3-0. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. They'll be led out by a man who nearly broke the single-season rushing record for quarterbacks last season. A true dual threat out of Ohio State, Justin Fields.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. See if they have anything special in store for them today.
Now a first carry here for Robinson. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. You talk about this Rams defense. They enter this one down in the 26th position in the NFL against the run.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the first down.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it 2nd and 7. A play fake, now Fields to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. On play action, Fields. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by a Keller Witherspoon. And the Rams are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason.
And this is going to be intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Commanders are going to have it here just past the 25.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
They begin the drive with Robinson. And that to the 30. It'll be second down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
On second down, another shot for Robinson.
And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36.
3rd and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends. Robinson will try to pick it up.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
They'll send a receiver in motion left.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball.
A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed.
Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime report.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
Robinson up the middle.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They'll run again here with Robinson.
Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. So they'll get the yardage on the run and get 15 more for good measure.
Yeah, that wasn't too difficult to spot. You heard the sideline erupting, and the flags came out almost immediately.
So the face mask moves him closer, and now 1st and goal. Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Robinson is in. Touchdown, Commanders. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
And now the Washington offense going to stay out there and go for 2.
They'll let Robinson try and run. And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion.
So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. But Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a 2-point conversion differently than if it was 1st and goal from the 2, or I should say 3rd and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run and let your linemen surge and fire out.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Well, the Rams going to take over late in this first half. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. "35 seconds, all that remains in the first half as they come up on first down. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. That's down the field for Jefferson. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Handoff now to Robinson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. So we've come to halftime at a 5-point game. Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the 3rd quarter. So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the 2nd half gets underway. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Commanders up first on offense as we begin this 3rd quarter. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Play action. It's Fields going for Metcalf on the deep ball.
And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields going for Metcalf on the deep ball.
And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. Here's Tressway now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10.
Matthew Stafford and the rest of the Rams offense set to take over once more.
Interesting stat line right now. Technically, he's completed 4 passes, 2 to his team and then 2 to the wrong team.
It makes you wonder what he's seeing downfield because he has completed 2 passes to his own team, but the interceptions are troubling. Is he going through the wrong reads, the wrong progressions? Is he getting fooled by defenses? They've got to figure that out over on the sidelines, working on that Surface Pro to see what they see. This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Stafford now to throw.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A big play there for L.A. 51 yards. From the red zone now, Stafford. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
On 2nd down, here's Stafford.
Middle of the field to Jefferson.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Stafford looks to throw again.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Rams are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get over.
And he's got it. That's Kupp for a Ram touchdown. A great play there. Touchdown number 18 on the year.
And the Rams have moved out in front here in the final minute of the 3rd quarter. So a very strong first drive in the 2nd half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a 3rd quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
And he's going to be hit and taken down in the backfield. Just nowhere to run that time. And the try for 2 is snuffed out. And in the 3rd quarter here, they were trying to push that to a 3-point game, but instead it'll stay at 1.
And I'm a big proponent of not chasing points or going for 2 too early. But in this case, I understand why. You know, if you kick an extra point, you're just up 2, right? So a field goal still puts the other team ahead. So you go for 2 here and protect the field goal lead. They didn't get it done, though.
And the Washington offense heading out. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Off play action. Fields going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now a 1st down throw. Fields escaping the pressure right. Catch is made by Metcalf. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a 1st down. Robinson will score. Touchdown, Commanders. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows his His teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for two?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive and force the issue and try and bring pressure.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter.
First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Meanwhile, Stafford's throw taken in by Samuel.
And he's brought down. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
Throwing is Stafford. That'll be caught. It's Kupp. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. To the air again, Stafford.
Complete, Jefferson the target. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down, so that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout.
Stafford now to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now Stafford.
That's out to the flat for Akers.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
Boy, here's a big one. You can just feel it. This is 3rd down now.
Stafford. This is going to be incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining.
And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs.
So a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on 4th.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call, is it not? In this situation, everything was right except for the finish. You have to catch the ball and convert.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
On third down, Robinson. And he will have a Commanders first down, and that should just about do it.
Again, it's Robinson. And they're going to speed things up here.
Second down and a run by Robinson. And this is going to be a Commanders first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line. On the give, here's Robinson.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They run. Robinson. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They'll run it down. Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
I know when you're looking at the scoreboard clock, we're getting near the end of this game, but they were in what was really called 4-minute offense. And that's practice, being taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. But bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That didn't happen.
Didn't do it. A costly turnover.
Here's 1st and 10.
Now it's Stafford. He's going to let it fly.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the Commanders have just about sewn up this football game.
When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that, because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
Well, CD, for the losing side, they had opportunities in this one, but big plays just didn't go their way.
today. From MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's Week 16 of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Aaron Rodgers and the New York Jets taking on Justin Fields and the Washington Commanders.
Take the Lincoln Tunnel through Weehawken, through Secaucus, across the Hackensack River, and you'll arrive, as we have, at MetLife Stadium at East Rutherford, New Jersey. It is Week 16 in the NFL, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the New York Jets. Happy Christmas Eve to all. What a good one we have in store as we are underway here in Week 16. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. The new-look Jets ready to go on offense, and it is the veteran Aaron Rodgers at quarterback.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
They'll start on the ground. Hall. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. The numbers for Hall in last week's ball game. 17 carries, 81 yards.
Well, we know they've clinched a playoff spot, but there's plenty of football left to play. And I'm a proponent of continuing to do what you've done throughout the season, especially with teams that are heavy run teams. Because if you throttle back too early, you lose the rhythm of the run game, not just with the runner, but with the offensive line as well.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now Rodgers.
And check down complete to Hall.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
You talk about this Washington defense.
They were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And they needed to be, because that game was a game you don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of a game, and they got it done.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down.
So the assignment, a tough one here for this defense. You've got a quarterback ranked in the top 5 in passing yards. What do they need to do to try to keep him under wraps?
Well, they didn't sleep a whole lot getting ready for this one. I can guarantee you there's just so much to combat. But I think they're going to zero in on taking away his top target. Double, triple him if they have to. Make the other guys rise up and try and beat them. They'll feel a whole lot better if those guys win in the routes instead of their number 1 guy.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers.
He completes that to Garrett Wilson.
He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Well, this defense for the Commanders, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And they needed to be, because the game was a game we don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of a game, and each play took on more importance, and they got it done.
8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. Rodgers going to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here.
Now 2nd and 3.
As they've got it as we resume action. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. So 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. Working from the gun, Rodgers.
He's got his target. That's complete.
Touchdown, Jets. Mecole Hardman, his 9th touchdown of the season.
And the Jets post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's finished off by a New York Jets touchdown. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Taken at the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So here are the Commanders making their way out. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And his task in this situation is making sure that his team knows that there's a sense of urgency, yet somehow still stays calm. Because your natural impulse, your first possession is not until the 2nd quarter, is you got to attack right away. Throw something big at them right away. Yeah, you got to move the ball, but maybe be a little bit careful in doing so.
On 1st down, Fields.
Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. A huge play there for Washington. 61 yards.
And this is how you answer a touchdown at the other end. You come out throwing to start your own drive. And not just throwing, but pushing it down the field. And they come up with a big play as they try to answer back with a score of their own.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson.
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person that's on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now, because the offense is on his toes and punching, and there was another 1st down run right there.
First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back.
They'll run with Robinson.
And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. Second and goal from the 1. They'll try and run. This is Robinson.
And he will take it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Brian Robinson Jr., his 16th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
And he'll get in, and they take an 8-7 lead. Well, they got down 7-zip. They said, we'll go for 2, one up you, and they take the lead.
How about that for a little risk reward, right? If you don't get it, you're only down a point. Let's go ahead and make a statement in this ball game, and that's exactly what they did.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
2 minutes even in what's been a tight first half. 8-7 our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6.
Throwing now is Rodgers. He finds Corey Davis.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
First down now, but the clock continues to move.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw going to be caught by Davis.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
And every time you step on a field, coaches are always going to talk about how important tackling is in a ball game. In this one, especially so. You can't allow these guys to break free and get extra yards after contact, but that's exactly what happens here. That can't continue as this game goes on.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So it's 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Rodgers to throw once more. And it's caught. Touchdown. Mecole Hardman, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game.
And the Jets will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
Zerline good with a PAT. And that makes this a 14-8 ball game. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Washington going to go on offense now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, we'll see if they want to try to put a drive together, possibly even take the lead here with a touchdown.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Fields going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Back to the air. Fields on second down.
Sliding out of the pocket.
Man open downfield. It's Metcalf.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Rashawn Slater, first-round pick in 2021, guilty there.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Fields now to throw.
He'll buy some time right.
To the right side and complete to Metcalf.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Now Fields.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown.
DK Metcalf.
His 21st touchdown of the season.
And the Commanders are an extra point away from moving out in front in the final minute of the half.
Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
The Commanders going to use the 2nd of their timeouts,
as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
And now the Washington offense going to stay out there and go for 2.
They'll let Robinson try and run. And he is into the end zone to give him a 2-point lead. So 2 successful 2-point tries now for them.
And you know what it does? It gives you a boost, a huge one for your team because, hey, you're dominating them now. They can't stop you either scoring touchdowns or 2-point conversions. But how about the defense? You don't know what to do at this stage. You can't stop them in any direction.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Jets going to go on offense one last time in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Throwing quickly to Wilson.
Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st down, Rodgers. And that's caught inside the 30. 33 yards that time. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. Zerline's kick is up and through, and they have regained the lead. So a little late drama in the first half as that kick will give them the lead in the intermission.
Isn't this fun the way that this is unfolding? You're exactly right. The late drama, 3 points go up on the board, and we go into the half with a new leader.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. A final shot before the break. Fields going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this one is incomplete. So we are at halftime here on Christmas Eve. As we get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in everyone to this Christmas Eve edition of the EA Sports Halftime Report. So let's get to it. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. And it's the Colts who have the lead in that one. The Colts looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. From there, we move to H-Town to check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Browns in that one. Donovan Peoples-Jones, a touchdown reception.
All right, we'll
Lastly, let's
bypass
get you
the
to
halftime
Charlotte,
show in
North
favor of
Carolina.
returning to this
Check on the
late-season
Panthers
game
at
with the
home
teams coming
at
back
Bank
from
of
the
America
locker rooms here a
Stadium.
bit early.
In that one, all tied.
Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. Get a look at DK Metcalf as this offense returns to the field.
For him, what an accomplishment in this game, surpassing the 2,000-yard mark. And all the time we talk about these guys out wide like him that are so athletic and can do so many things. But take us a little deeper. How has he done it this year?
Well, you helped with this because when we sat down with him before the game and discussed his season, and you said to him, okay, I have a vision that you, similar to a pitcher, change up a lot of things, right? Different arm angles, different slots that a pitcher would do. You do that with your route running and all that. And I loved his response. He said, yeah, I do that. But one of his best friends is a world-ranked tennis player. And he talked about serves and how you change up, take pace off, do different things. And he incorporated that into his route running. I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be third and about the length of the football. Robinson with another carry. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Robinson. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And quickly they get to the line. Robinson up the middle. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. They'll roll him out right. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
He's been patient this entire game, waiting for the perfect moment to surprise them with a quarterback keeper. There he catches him off guard and converts his first rush of the game into a first down. Gotta love that efficiency.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. On second down, another shot for Robinson. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he's got room. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll run here with Robinson. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. We're off to the 4th quarter here on Christmas Eve. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Four yards remain on second down. Ball on the 10. Handoff now to Robinson. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Just a yard of the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Brian Robinson Jr. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Commanders have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
So Washington now with an important 2-point conversion attempt. They'll let Robinson try and run. And he will get into the end zone for the 2 points. And that helps. That gives them a 7-point lead. And they're able to ground it in there on the 2-point try. And you and I were talking before the game. The 2-point conversions from the 15-16 season, what has changed, what hasn't changed, partner?
Yeah, I'll tell you what's changed is just your normal strategy, because now you're either kicking the football with the ball on the 15-yard line, or if you decide to go for 2, they put it on the 2-yard line. So what are you thinking as a coach? Do I risk it? Do I go for it here? Do I try and gain a strategic advantage and maybe go for 2 early? That's what people are wondering about.
Washington kick team back out there now. They will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And New York set to take the field. The pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the second half after a decent first half offensively. But they need their best drive of the game right here. Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's Devin Lloyd with a pick. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
On play action, Fields.
And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25.
John Franklin Myers.
Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. They'll run again here with Robinson. And he'll be brought down shy of the 1st down marker at the 11. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll run for it with Robinson. And he will have the 1st down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Going for the knockout punch. They'll try and run.
And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line.
We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back.
They've got it 2nd and goal now as they look for that final dagger. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1.
Robinson will take this one in. Touchdown, Washington. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
They'll let Robinson try and run. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. Defensively, certainly not fooled there. Play started at the 2, and he was tackled at the 2.
That has to feel good for them. Not happy about having given up the touchdown, but stopping the 2-point conversion gives them a little bit of a lift as they head to the bench.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So now Rodgers with a new team, but in a spot he's been before. Down by 13, a minute 51 on the clock. And their 4-game winning streak in great danger.
Rodgers now on 1st down.
Finding Hardman. Here comes 2nd down at 5.
Throwing is Rodgers. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about... defensive guys.
We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down.
And he's taken down inside the 30.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. On the give, here's Robinson.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he will have a Commanders first down, and that should just about do it.
Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by DJ Reed. And the Jets are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Open man here is Conklin. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
Well, they need to score and score quick. 1 timeout remaining. Final minute, 1st and 10.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. From midfield, here's Rodgers. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. Throwing on first down is Rodgers.
This pass out wide to Hall.
And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
2nd and 6 coming up.
Now Rodgers. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete.
Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were
today. From FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland, it's a special New Year's Eve edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Justin Fields and the Washington Commanders taking on Brock Purdy and the San Francisco 49ers.
It's a pretty frigid December day in our nation's capital. We got our space heaters on full blast up in the booth at FedEx Field. Today, Week 17 is upon us, and we've got a good one in store here, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Washington Commanders. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn on this final day of 2023, New Year's Eve. Folks are fine-tuning their resolutions. Fitness clubs ready for that January boon. But these two teams have one more important piece of business to take care of before the calendar turns to 2024.
And I'll be one of those, trying to get it going in January, trying to get my physical fitness on. But first, we've got a game to get on here. Two teams trying to finish strong before they turn the calendar. And on the flight home, I'll be finalizing my resolution list as well.
The final 2-week stretch of the 2023 regular season, and we are underway week 17 here on this New Year's Eve. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Niners offense set to go to work, and it's last year's revelation Brock Purdy who leads them out in season number 2 from Iowa State.
And there's a word that constantly gets thrown around with this guy when you talk to anyone in the building. Potential. They are sky high on what they believe he can grow into in the role of a starting quarterback. In addition, there are plenty around the league who think that as well. And years from now, he can still be leading this offense out.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. The numbers for McCaffrey last week. 14 carries, 72 yards.
A key component of his team's offense. He will certainly stay in that role if he keeps producing like this each week. Expecting to make a run at not only matching, but exceeding those numbers as this one goes on.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. Oh, nice move. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Brandon Ayuk, the one he was looking for.
And it's third and short.
You talk about this Washington defense.
It's quite a unit. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
Purdy's throw caught by Gray.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's second down.
And CD, defensively, you're going against a hot quarterback coming off a 3-touchdown game in their victory a week ago. But what's the big key for them to try to slow him down?
You ask all the tough questions, don't you, partner? Because with this guy, if you blitz him, he takes advantage of that man coverage and burns you. But if you bring on those extra DBs, he sits back there and does what he wants. To me, it's going to be those DBs. When they catch the ball, big-time tackles really put it on those receivers.
During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
He's going to let it go deep for the end zone.
And that's going to be incomplete.
You get a sense of what this game plan might be. They think they can take a few home run shots against this defense. They tried it there on the opening drive, but that ball's incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10. Off the option, here's McCaffrey.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
This Washington defense, Charles, terrific in the victory a week ago.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance.
And his kick here is good. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Here are the Commanders for their first drive of the game. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
A play fake, now Fields to throw.
Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line.
They'll fake the handoff, now Fields. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and it's 3rd down. You look at this Niner defense.
And they played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
Flush to his right. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
Play action. It's Fields.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this is caught inside the 5. And it's a big play there as he is finally taken down on what will be a terrific final act of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football. Here's Fields.
And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
Javon Hargrave. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal.
Here's Fields. Touchdown, Washington. DK Metcalf.
Touchdown number 22 on the season.
And Washington has taken the lead. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Point after try forthcoming. And this is no good. He missed it. Not a good start here in the kicking department as this remains a 6-3 score.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. Ray McCloud to return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive.
And, Charles, you look at these two teams, and these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got two division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
Partner, normally double coverage is reserved for receivers and tight ends, but this time they actually targeted the running back with it, and it still wasn't enough. He attacked the defense and got in a great position to haul in the catch and get a nice gain out of it.
Purdy looking to throw on first down here.
That's Samuel, caught left side. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up second down.
He'll keep it himself.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. And a solid job using his legs. 16 yards and a first down on the keeper.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
On first down, it's Purdy. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 more there and another first down.
Purdy will set up to throw it here.
This one caught by Kittle.
And the 49ers are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with first and goal.
So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
McCaffrey will score. Touchdown, 49ers.
Two good drives on their first 2 possessions. Remember, the first wound up in a field goal, but we all know field goals aren't going to cut it in the NFL, so they're not going to be denied here, and they wind up punching this one into the end zone.
Jake Moody now for the point after.
And he's got it as the lead is now 10-6. So that drive 7 plays in length. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Commanders back out late in this first half.
And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jumping. Starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
Now a first carry here for Robinson.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Now the Commanders going to burn the second of their timeouts,
as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches.
To throw is Fields.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. That's caught inside the 20. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. Oh, that's offline. He hooked it. It's no good. And that will keep this a 4-point game.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything.
And how about that for just running out the clock? And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
Final play of the half. Purdy.
He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
We'll begin up north at MetLife Stadium over in New Jersey, and it's the Giants who are out in front. From there, we'll make the trip down to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they trail the visiting Las Vegas Raiders, and that one's gone to halftime. Josh Jacobs, a force in that first half with 2 touchdown runs. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. It's Jalen Hurts with a couple of touchdown passes. We saw the former All-Pro Christian McCaffrey up to his old trick in that first half. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. Get a look at DK Metcalf as this offense returns to the field.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Off play action. Fields going for Metcalf on the deep ball.
A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch.
Big yardage that time for Washington. 56 yards. And with that last reception, we have just witnessed an NFL record. He's gone over 1,964 yards receiving now on the year as he moves past 2012 Calvin Johnson for the most in one season in NFL history. When you think about it, for a league that's been around for over 100 years, that is no small feat. So congratulations to him.
And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Second and 6.
Again, it's Robinson. And he takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
That solid gainer will put them on the doorstep of the end zone. More importantly, it gives them a fresh set of downs. Nice work right there.
Back to throw. Fields
dancing to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Flushed out right. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington.
Justin Fields
Taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Commanders have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
They talk about built to run the football. Whether you're calling it on design running plays or him breaking out into the open field after trying to pass the football, Justin Fields knows where the end zone is. 8 rushing touchdowns last season. Only Jalen Hurts had more.
And now the Washington offense going to stay out there and go for 2.
They'll let Robinson try and run. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is.
I have to admit, I love the excitement of a 2-point try. You know, to see what's going to happen, and it happens pretty quickly, doesn't it? You get an answer, and in this case, it was unsuccessful for the guys trying it.
Completely unrelated. I just realized that I stole both your pins in this last game. My bad, partner.
Hey, that's okay. While and just in the time they went for 2.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half.
And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each.
On first down, Purdy
completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line.
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
In motion right, Debo. He'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. There's Purdy on 1st and 10.
Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be second down.
Once more, Purdy looking to throw. And this one nearly intercepted. Boy, that would have been a great time for their first pick. But instead, it's third down.
Oh, this defense knows. Fourth quarter, they need to make a play. That one was ripe for the taking. Could have changed the complexion of the ball game, but it winds up incomplete.
They'll find Ayuk open right side. And he is going to have a 49ers first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. And now a fake on the jet sweep, and instead they'll give it to McCaffrey. Second down, 8 yards to go. Purdy to throw.
This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just short.
And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call. So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned. Here's Samuel. And he'll be brought down shy of the first down marker at the 11. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So here we go. It's Jake Moody now in a big spot.
This for the lead in the final stages. And his kick is right there. It's good, and they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the fourth, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. Now Washington down by 1. 90 seconds remaining. Their long win streak in great peril as they come up 1st and 10. All eyes on Fields. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. Robinson up the middle. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll come up now. 2nd and 9. Robinson with another carry. He takes it to the 15. A nice display of power, but not a ton to show for it. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A big play looming on 3rd down. Now Fields out to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down.
If they get a game-changing score on this drive, it's going to be because of plays like that. That run was pure heart. Took it himself, found a way to reset the downs, and advance the ball.
Here's 1st and goal. They'll run with Robinson.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Second and goal from inside the 5.
Robinson is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3.
The San Francisco defense trying to hold tough again. This is third and goal. They'll try and run. This is Robinson. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
Charles, that drive was perfect, methodical, executed so well, and they grabbed that lead with almost no time left for a last gasp from the other side.
No way you could have drawn up a better final drive, because not only did they keep their eyes on the end zone, they made sure they bled the clock out as well and denied their opponent a chance to respond. That's just terrific situational football to end this one.
Washington offense going to stay out there and go for 2.
They'll let Robinson try and run. And he is not going to make it. So they won't be able to move this lead up to a touchdown, as it'll remain a 5-point ball game.
Well, I don't think it takes much to crawl into their mind, right, why they went for 2 there, even though they were unsuccessful. With this type of a lead, what they're worried about, right, and less than 10 seconds on the clock, what they're worried about is just giving up the touchdown.
Yeah, on the kickoff return.
Yeah, so you go for it here to try and ensure yourself. Now they've got to make sure they cover it, otherwise they could actually lose.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. Purdy with one final shot here.
He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for Washington, they continue to show they'll be a tough out in the playoffs as they move to 14-2 on the year.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com.
The Commanders
today. From FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland, it's Week 18 of the NFL on EA Sports. Justin Fields and the Washington Commanders taking on Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. It's all about divisional matchups on this final day of the regular season, and we've got a compelling one in store here, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Washington Commanders. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and yes, it's January 7th, but we haven't seen you since New Year's Eve, so we have to say Happy New Year, one and all. And partner, Happy New Year to you. This is it, the conclusion of the 2023 season. Hard to believe, but we got a good one here between division rivals. And you like what the NFL's done here, making Week 18 all-division games.
I think it's one of the more inspired moves by the league because they've made these matchups really count. And typically they mean something, not a lot of coasting as people head towards the playoffs. But I do have to ask, January 7th, is it too late to say it? We're kind of right on the borderline, aren't we, about Happy New Year? Because that always seems to be the subject of debate.
just about time to rock as toe gets ready to meet leather. And we are underway from FedEx Field. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here. On play action, Prescott under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Isaiah Simmons getting by the offensive line and dropping the quarterback. But just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at 3rd down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback too.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Give him 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas 1st down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. From the red zone now, Prescott. Left side to Lamb. And the Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical. They've been crisp. And as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
Jones is in. Touchdown, Dallas. And they do exactly what they wanted to. Opening drive, they get into the end zone. They do it on the ground.
And not only is the person lugging the ball happy, of course, because he got it into the end zone. How about the offensive linemen and receivers who are blocking for him? They have to feel great about themselves, sticking it in the end zone on a running play.
Fulk connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. That time a 6-play drive. And it's Ronald Jones that polishes it off with a touchdown run. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.